Hello. I am Alicia Richard. This is where we talk about locks and managing a busy lifestyle. In today's video, I am going to be talking all about my life as a Sisterlock trainee. So I had someone to leave a comment on one of my videos and they wanted to talk about my life doing Sisterlocks because I did a video and I'll include it like somewhere in here about me like going to the Sisterlocks trainee and my Sisterlocks experience. I actually went, okay, so let me give you a little backstory before we let me rewind before we fast forward. And I also have my notes here just in case because I always refer to my notes because I just take notes about my talking points. But this ain't a part of the script. So what happened was I got my Sisterlocks and my sister, and I talk about my sister all of the time. She is a cosmetologist. So, I had this grand idea. I always used to do like hair in high school. I legit was one of the girls who used to like braid my own hair. I used to have like clients in high school. Like I always had like a little hustle. So it was in like 2019 or 2020, something like that. I got my Sisterlocks like 8 years ago, right? And nobody else in my family had locks. So I started to tell everybody like, y'all really need to get locks, whatever, da 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 da. And I talked about like all the advantages. And at first everybody was like, no, maybe not, whatever. So anyway, so once I got my locks, I had them in for a couple of years. And then I talked my sister into going to the Sisterlock training with me. Mind you, at the time, I saw opportunity in doing like locks and in doing hair. At the time, I really I just did it just to say that I had something to do, right? So I talked my sisters into going to get Sisterlocks, right? I told my sister, I was like, hey, I think we should go. I told her, I'm like, girl, I really think this opportunity is like good for your salon. Like you really need to like get into doing locks or whatever. So I legit had to like sell my sister into coming with me. So make a long story short, like we got a flight. Like my other two sisters live all the way in Delaware and I live in South Carolina. So we literally like got flights and we met like in Orlando, Florida, and we had like a big like all right, so I am on the way to the Sisterlock class with my sister. So we're excited to learn and to do things. Yay! Like we had a great time doing the Sisterlocks class. It was like a great sister bonding experience and all of that. So while we were going through the training, of course, my sister in this story is leading somewhere, believe me. So my sister is already a cosmetologist, right? So really just her adding it to her, resume or things to do, that's like, oh, like a no-brainer. Okay, well, I'll go to the training and I'll get this. Me, on the other hand, I am not a professional hairstylist. I am an enthusiast. I like to do hair. I like to do things like, I don't know, if something is a good idea, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to go. So after I talked my sister into coming, my sister already has an established clientele. I don't, because I have been a photographer for 14 years, and I think this year will actually make it 15 years that I have been a photographer. So really like adding something to my plate, it was really just something just extra, like just something to do because I know I can do it, right? So anyway, so she goes back to her salon. Is no problem with her adding like that Sisterlock component to her doing Sisterlocks. And then after she starts adding it, then I actually installed like her Sisterlocks in her hair. And I believe she loved them. She was like my first person. She was like the first person whose hair that I've done. So we'll have to bring her like on this YouTube channel to see what her experience is since I installed her Sisterlocks. Okay, so since then, so I did like a couple installations or whatever. Now we're leading into it. So I done a couple installations and I was like, I was like, do I really like this or do I not really like this? And I got to the place where after I done three installations at the time. So over the course of, I would say like 5 years, I've probably done about six installations completely, like all over, right? So the thing about it is, when I decided that I wanted to become a Sisterlocks trainee, I already had like my degree, like I got my degree from a 4 year institution. I was already doing photography, and to this date right now, I am getting my master's degree in social work. With that being said, I intentionally, and I say this with all intent, I intentionally kept my clientele down because I am a busy mom. And what I normally do, now I am so aware that if I were to put up a sign that says I am open for business right now, I know that I can get clients because I still get inquiries all the time, right? So I intentionally kept my clientele at a number that I can manage. So that brings me to this. I say all of that to say this. I know that I could be extremely busy at doing Sister Locks. However, with my schedule and with me being a busy mom, with me being in grad school, I already own a successful photography business, which I intentionally scaled that down as well because I work full time. Like, life is already busy. And I know that if I done Sister Locks, I would have to really commit. I would really commit. And when, if you really think about it, Sister Locks and having clients and having your loctician, it is almost like a marriage. It really is, right? Let me tell you how. This ain't even on the script. Lord have mercy. Okay, because you have to, when you are doing your research, like to find like a consultant, right? You probably go online, you probably go on their Instagram, you probably go like on their page, and it's almost like you're scouting them out, right? You see if they will answer their phone, if their number is on the Sisterlocks website. So you do all of this searching, you're asking people, you're calling people, you're texting people, hey, can you do my locks? And then you finally may find a couple of people that says, yeah, I could do your locks. You could come to my shop or come to my home, or, like come to my place where I am actually doing locks. So what happens is you do all of this research, then you finally merge with somebody that you say, I like that person's personality. I like that person's price. I like that person's quality of work. I like who that person is as an individual. So what happens is you literally marry, not to say marry, but it really is a relationship. Like when you go to your loctician's like salon or wherever they do hair, that is like y'all talk, they know about your family, they know about your life, they know who you are, they know about your hair, like literally. So with all that being said, I wanted to value my client relationships. And I didn't want it to be where I was just doing stuff just to do it, but I wanted to value the integrity of the people that I have been working with. And because I had a busy mom, I'm a busy mom. I have my son will be 1 in like a few weeks, right? So because I know that I already had this lifestyle, I didn't want to make commitments to people that I wasn't able to follow through. So with that being said, if I were to say that I want to be a Sisterlock trainee right now, because right now I am considered a Sisterlock trainee because you have to do a few things to move on up. So if I were to say, and I'm gonna just turn my iPad off. If I were to say that I wanted to do Sisterlocks right now in 2025 and even beyond, these are some of the things that I would do. So take your notepad out because I'm literally about to like break it on down and what you should do if you are considering becoming a Sisterlock consultant. The number one thing that I would do is I would do all of the advertisement on my personal Facebook page, right? Because like when you are like when you you have a lot of people that are already your friends on like your personal Facebook page. So I would do my advertising starting there. I would advertise on stories. I would go to Canva, www.canva.com, and I would create a flyer. A lot of times, like the hairstyles, like some people may start off at $800, $900, $1,000, whatever your price is, that's up to you and according to your location and area of experience. So what I would do is I would start on Facebook and I would market, hey, I am a Sisterlock trainee. I am looking to build my clientele. Who is interested? I can do your hair, da 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 da, right? So I would, and like all of that marketing material that they have like in your Sisterlock binders, where you could like go like through the marketing aspects of it. It does briefly give like an overall and how to do like consultations and stuff like that. So if I were to revamp my business, I actually had like, it was called Vogue Locks, VOGUE Locks. Y'all, I was gonna like do like a whole thing, but then life was like, no, boo boo, no, not right now. Okay. So I would advertise on Facebook first. I would get the client, do the consultation, do the test locks, if like do the test locks. And I will also too see if there's someone who is willing to be your mentor as well, because a lot of times when you are just starting out, like you would need like a mentor or someone who you could work under to kind of just advise you. Like even when I did do my sister lock installations, I contacted my sister several times. Am I doing this right? What would you recommend? Da 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 da. Right? You would always need someone to kind of guide you. So I would say that if I were doing it right now, I would do it under someone or partner with someone who could provide guidance for me and kind of lead me to make sure that I am a good consultant. Okay. So after you finish advertising, making sure that you establish what you want, then I would say see how many clients that you could actually fit into your schedule. So when you finish doing your marketing, I would say start on Facebook first, and then I would start like either a YouTube channel, or well, it depends on what, like how far you want to go with it. Like everybody has like a different vision. But if you wanted to start off to get your first clients, I would definitely say use Facebook first. Advertise the heck out of your first or a couple of clients. I would say take different videos, and I'll actually insert some videos here. So I would say insert videos, like take different angles. If your client agrees to have their face in the video, add their video in the face, or add their videos with their face, or just do the hair texture. I would literally just have like a different like marketing campaign around like being a sister lock consultant and advertising your business. So I would take photos of the lock grid, I would do videos, photos, I would even do individual strands of hair before, after. I would really like have at least like 20 to 30 videos after you first do your person, because you could market those things in a different way. Okay. So if I were to say that that is, coming out of, not to say retirement, because I do have clients and I'll get into that, but that is one of the first things that I would do. Market first on Facebook, advertise it, get my client, and then I would develop a schedule for my client. So with me personally, I have 3 clients that I stick with. Now, what I do with those clients, they are 2 older clients, and I literally have 1 younger client. She's actually in college, and she found me off of like the Sisterlocks website. And then the other 2 was almost like, girl, you doing locks, can you do my locks? One of my clients literally begged me, can you please do my locks? And I have told so many different people no, because of the time commitment, right? So with my 3 clients, I have my 3 clients on a rotation where it's not consuming every Saturday or every Sunday. Because I work full time, my space is very limited between cooking, family, children, work, in grad school, and even photography. So I am very strategic about where I put my time. So when I do have my consultant, do have my clients come in, I normally would do between like sometimes 7:30 or even 8 o'clock in the morning. I would do a Saturday morning, or I would do a Sunday afternoon. So I normally would have my clients on that rotation. I am considering getting an extra client, because I'm like, whoa, if I could get about 5 5 clients. That's about a car payment. That's a little bit of grocery. It can pay off, like over time, it can pay off a credit card, right? So with the extra money that I get, because it's not money, and I say this not to brag or boast or whatever, I use it as extra money. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's something that I need. It's just something that I do. I like the brain power of knowing how to do multiple things. It's almost like a jack of all trades, but I'm not gonna say I'm not a master or none, because I'm a master at a few things. But I have a lot of things under my head. So I did the Sisterlock thing as kind of like, you know what, if something ever happens, I did Sisterlocks because, like, just say for instance with Trump, not to say anything, with the presidency or the way that life is right now with politics and all of that, just in case something may happen, I could fall back on Sisterlocks. Just in case something may happen, I can be a photographer again. Just in case something may happen, I'm getting my master's degree, so I'll be able to use my degree. So it's not a thing of something that I need. It's just something to have under my umbrella, something to have under my belt to say, hey, I can do this. Just in case I need to make extra money for my son's child to college tuition, I could do it. So with that being said, organize your life where you do your marketing, where you know what hours you are going to work, and let your clients understand what days you are available, what days you are going to work, and have a way, like some window when you begin to get clients, of how long will it take you to not just do the Sisterlocks, but how long it will take you for the retightenings. So for me, the last time I did locks, and I am going to start recording sometimes when I do have my clients, because I do have clients, but I just never record them, because for one, I never asked, or I have asked, I just don't do it. And for two, I mean, like, sometimes I'm literally like in the moment that I'm just like, you know what, let's just do this and let's just go. Like, let's just do this and go on to the next thing. But making sure that your times are in a place where it's like you block off certain times for these things. So I would say for me, it is not a thing that I necessarily need. It's just something that I add in my toolbox. So again, if I were to do it, of course, I would do all of the marketing. I would even do Instagram marketing as well, because a lot of times people do hashtag like locticians or sisterlock locticians and whatever your area is. So with me being based in South Carolina, I would definitely use my city and my state as a form of hashtag, so that people will be able to find me. So anyway, to make a long story short, when I do Sisterlocks, also, I enjoy Sisterlocks, but it's nothing that I love or would want to do every single day. And that brings me to, after you do the training, know what you expect of yourself and know what you like, right? Because some people may not want to commit to that, especially, us with Sisterlocks, like, we are committed. I know with me, I don't miss an appointment. I'm barely ever late, and every 4 weeks I am looking to get my hair done regardless. I will travel regardless of snow, hurt, whatever. Like, do I need to find you? Because I'm going to my loctician. I don't care what happens. I am going to get my hair done every 4 weeks. So with me, my thing is, I can commit, but I don't want to commit, if that makes sense. Like, I can commit to about 3 people, but when it gets to about 10, then that means that I ain't got no extra time. If I do about 10 people plus my full-time job, then that means that I'm working all of the time, and that's not anything that I want in this season, because I've done that before with my photography business. So when you are walking into your season of like being a trainee or doing your Sisterlocks, know how much time you have, know where you're going to do hair, know everything as far as how much is it going to cost you to either be in that space. Are you doing it at home? Are you doing it at someone else's shop? Like, kind of just know what that overhead price is going to be so that you could go from there, so that you could actually be successful. Because when you begin to get clients, that is another level of commitment. And I didn't want to commit like that. Not consistently. I could do about, like 2 weekends. And right now I'm actually trying to get my clients where it is all in one day, right? So I'll try to do like 2 clients in one day. That's about 4 hours, sometimes 5. And then my other client, she's like on a Friday night, like around 5 o'clock, 5:30 is normally when I'm meeting her after I get off from work. So when you make this commitment, make a commitment that you could stick to. Set your prices that you could live off, or if you're going to do it as like, like a side hustle, know where you're going to do it at, have your marketing in place, and then go from there. So hopefully this video wasn't too long, but I really wanted to give like an in-depth reason of why I chose to keep my clients where it's at, because my life is busy and I can do it, but it's nothing that I have to do, but I enjoy the extra money. So anyway, thank you for watching my video. I hope that you all appreciate it. I know that it was a little bit long, but I mean, hey, I'm kind of just giving you a backstory about things. So I hope that this helps you. If you are looking to do this, then please do. A lot of the people that I do know that are doing Sisterlocks are making a lot of money. Yes, they are making good money. However, when you do chooses that as a business, you always have to have all of the other things in place, and I won't go into that, but you have to have everything else in place that so that you could be an accountable business owner. But whenever you make that commitment to do it, I'm sure that you will make a good decision and have everything in order to, like the right shoes, the right clothes, like your snacks, your food, when are you going to eat? Like, keep all of those things in mind, because you are going to be on your feet for periods of time. So you do want to make sure that you have everything that you need. So anyway, this video is coming to a close. I'm sorry if I talk too much, but I wanted to make sure that I was as detailed as I can be when it comes to my Sisterlocks experience and how business is going. So if someone were to ask me that, I would say business is going good. I have the amount of clients that I can maintain, and I have clients that I enjoy, and I don't want any more clients right now. So business is going good. Business is going great. I can pay my groceries, gas, and whatever else that I need. So it is what you choose. At the end of the day, this journey as a consultant is what you choose, what you want it to be. You determine how many clients you want. You determine your price. You determine how many hours you want to work in a day, in a week. Is it a side hustle? Do you want to do this full time? However, when you're doing it, make sure that you have someone to help guide you. That way you won't be out here just by yourself, all willy-nilly in these streets. So anyway, I am Alicia Richard. Thank you so much for viewing my video on today. And please remember to subscribe, because I am sure that you have a friend, a sister, or a colleague, or someone who you know that can benefit from this content. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.